yamani yewe kai yaba yesu eradi naji every yamani yoto susu ninu etabiano otrachera ponwasio ye misera
Dr. Bajotimenka.
It's on Kappa DJ. What's the benka?
I'm Metonka.
Okay.
Minim sauna obejimi. I feel fidi sufo fidi emo. And you ya de say emo. Odo ta krabe kata yenso. Na unta barasine bakwa kusho. Ochamne katabo. Anene no crab. Yerisura na jubumbo. Bema etuna maria kete ye oyarido mwa eninam sumo esaya dia wi kete anuna kana menina yesu afra dise omeji enfiri yarem ise eni obuafobia eni okamafobia ejase wa moye yeah, buafuasa. Yewe, kaye, yaba Yesu, yaba na mazwera, eradi, naji every yamani. Eja wude we mo bronfo. Any odun for Odoyeche Emma Omenina Eti Kayem Ratuno Yene Kayamu Yeno Tini Wayari Sansano Gana Maswe Ye free Yare free yeso Asawa Moya Ejayebu afuasa Wadu maya kuya kuto deni Isu afuasa prabechie Na ukuto na betimaji efisa wa hawimu Ye coronavirus yari Yede wadi Ya wadi asa Edim die jina kopim Ejaye nyasa jina ye Nesulijina yo Nesu saubamwa Ebetuma ye Enti sare wakana maiso Ye free yari uwa imwa Sawa mwaya Ejayebu wafuasa Kana magina risufremo Kaye Yaba Yesu Eradi Naji every yamani Eja wakano osemuse Samima wabomidi wosuono Osafri wakwa mboneo Obamiera dichaya Edi ewu yewansu Ube free through na wati yeye Wasaya sasinu ya rie Itina gana mani na risufrewi Yesafa nani na risufrewi
Yo, it's here for another for you. Hopefully, radio no asugusua. Wutie no, mashada na matama kuchumbe. So we enjoy Corona. Nyomo no, Corona ne baby edi abeduru no. Ase o ase ni ho. Yetu egumkra. Ene nyamia ya dom ya senya doctor. Oni ye ebedin komo. Wasi where we are with the Corona and ase COVID-19. He na yedrui. Wutie akwane nyom na wasi radikai na baby yedrui die. Ano wadin. Ye doctors ni no ma ba be boy eti wa ba so anu ahye dwumadie no amame no afra wo nua bi se ono so emeka ye ho na yenya ba ndie ni yenya ba doctor ye yire de te se wo be kirikiri mama ye ba bia ye duru no na ye hu ne ebeye na nye sa de ne te se aye hu erade na me boy eti me ncha ho kra me kohwe se doctor temi nkade a na yini no edi dwumadie no ebe hyehye so eti ba bia wo bia wo so tam kuchu anase frowunia bi se ya se dwumadie na se ono so emeka ye ho na ye nyina ye nsua de anyesa de beba na ebe yehu anti bomodi ase obefro nua bi se doctor aba etie na ya kwesi ada de ye vanya agudie ye besua de ankasa doctor nyabre a ode kyerɛkyerɛ dwumadie no corona no ba bia akoduru se na ebe ya ye betimi atoto ye neoma yi benufo se mponchi po rita ne mfui eti se ya bana se nya akwanya na wo se ye ntua consultation fee ye ntua hwe ne de ye mefa ne free no na se ofro unia de a na je se wo anyi nyame so adwuma etimi che ho ma me ko check doctor ne fa dwumadie ni so doctor ma jo to me kan
Beton kapa DJ wo so tebenka
beton kan yi doctor wo da mu life pa eti so to me ka de ampacho so mame na yenko
yo DJ na dey I see a poem by 6:30 the latest because we will program for 7 intino ya no aka late comment so wo mrantem why
doctor me ya we ye sesu krombo ye ni problem
yo
ade here on so when you be na so mantem dia aha na yo wa so doctor you come
all right okay yo inti ebusiafo ende you remember that mun nyina ase semwa ba mo ba betie ya pom den ho asem ansa na be start no mo be mbom pae ready da was for fi nyina yen so abedu sabre ye so say you ro be kan yen ho akwankyere bi ehia a ode be maye e fa ya pom den ho no ye mo be ne fa maye wadom ti
amen
inti and then you may know ye ba beto so coronavirus inti say he fa ne adru with coronavirus say who is America has saying coronavirus on Kuaba how over 3 million. And you're close to 3.3 million. America how cases are based on testing on my so far. Now over 135,000 and America over 135,000 and so far America say. Normal who say cases they initially didn't can call from kakra na bro mo say so mo be state no mo be no or who say cases na say e dey south coast into Florida cry 15,000 new cases now they into the copa south of Florida if it's a Florida governor the DeSantis no and so na june nye kakra da mo sa no o te hwe na dia ne ma me na anka nkere if we saw no do say enya dia sa dey we problem it's we drew inti ade a woni hu adro woni hu vaccine no so wo ye bibia afa ho a e wo so wo follow guidelines na CDC edi amount CDC ka cho say phase 1 say na somewhere after 14 days when who any increases are mo betumi akọ phase 2 and so on and so forth and on do start here no start so wo bie inti sa brain no oba cut back again of Florida for no matter go back again to the very beginning because of spikes now omuhunu ewo state of Florida no omu bie ye nipa bebre ko beach so say beach o say na ho si aye packed no na say ehu kra omu nse mask nipa bebre no omu teta so omu ne Texas nyina it is abro who very high increases with Texas and Florida ama governors no say no omu hunu nyansa say ewo so omu cut back on friends and reopening phases na nanko omu ye den omu ye the same thing so Georgia mayor of Atlanta no I restricted reopening. Meaning, the governor is very happy, but it was so because the one year the son is a young disease. No, half of the population in America, the half of crowd, we will end up having over 500,000 people die in the United States of America, and sana disease we know. And to me, they are flattened out because your friend is saying expect they catch rain. Yen see dear Dr. Fauci catch rain. Dr. Fauci catch rain say yen share mask. Making sure so quabontia share mask. Nipa do one and share mask. Making sure so we are 6 feet apart from Nipa Kra Wojina when Nima and Nipa Kra Wojina one chain. Do one now be in TS no. Now they interact because you lead and no dear name the affair no wash mask. But can call share mask da. Anka ne nkrofo no mudi na chi na omu nimi nyansa no anka omu bedi na chi na anka omu be hye mask na esan so no one hye mask no na se bia jimifo na di na chi ni nti no omu nyina so an hye mask na omu na hye mask no omu am protect yen because when you wear a mask no what happens is that it protects the person next to you it doesn't protect you. It protects that person. And I was saying the pakono so share mask no so atumi they are protected. And as we are human beings, now you're interdependent on each other no. And also be in a part. said ye be you bet me a massa yare de akofom. If it's a yare way a deadly disease, believe it or not. They say China and Kwoma who so many 30 new strains. 30 new strains. Meaning say COVID-2 no you 30 new strains. Kuffour very wild. They say no the who so America and it's a COVID-2 na COVID-19 no. Oma cells who say a mutate, it's a bronica say a mutate ya. Virus na asesa the OCT. And yes, I say virus na asesa the OCT no. E be very difficult so be vaccine and I say drug e betumi dey fight no. I say HIV virus no. It kept on mutating. In the idea na say sending na no. Na scientists see difficulty finding a vaccine and I say drug e betumi dey fight say yare no. E wom say Kuffour bebree research. They are running as fast as they can. But then there should be caution. The CSA say clinical trials doesn't take overnight. Clinical trials takes a long time. Meaning, say number 45, and it doesn't work that way. So once again, we go back. That's the way me of Adabi or Catherine. What is sabi? So we fear Ebusia penny engineer. Nipa e wo fie ho nyina agini. Enti ne sanse nipa kro di yen so no. Onim yansa ninti no. E affect yen a ye wa asie nyina no. Adentira cause to him no say ni pusia ni nya vaccine say e benya vaccine near the aba. But one problem with the vaccine is say so your vaccine enya wo di woni pa wo bobi. And because of that, so you need to take your time. And the scientists, they are working as fast as they can, but at the same time, they were so cautious. Say, idea you produce, you know, a bit to be a nipa, and now say a bit to be a boa amasa virus here they ako. And one so mama Kuffour be funding, and the Novavax company BM says one more Gatesburg today. Nano, I buy a moment to be brave, so more find your research. Oh, more ye. Or maybe a vaccine if you're much your baby, but still it has to go through clinical trials. In the clinical trials, you're phase 1. Phase 1, when it's about nipa bear 10 to 20, and we'll go through phase 1. I have more drone, but the purpose of that phase 1 clinical trial, yes, a drone side effects, you're saying. And I feel so those the bay and I ye nipa, you bet to me I day after. Into side effects. Now I say dose nipa you bet to me after. Brony freno. Your friend is a maximum tolerable dose. And no any dose and if I bet to me, I find so maybe it's a Tylenol. Also, we have Tylenol research in area. There were different doses of Tylenol. Oko Hospital was 650 milligrams of Tylenol. We had the bet to be the amount. Into your who said that is the maximum tolerable dose. Human beings saying it to me. You have to cut the dose in half to smaller doses because in Kuala, you clinical trials in Kuala. Unethical so be clinical trials in Kuala. You can only do it on older people, not with the Kuala. So now the Kuala, a drone that will say, a year you might want penny woman, who are cut down dose, so say they be out to me a day, at the Ama and Kuala. It is our annual motion was our phase 1. So that's about maybe 10 to 20, your friend is saying, human subjects, participants. Now you're called phase 2. Phase 2, you between over 100 people. A also so once again, what's your maximum tolerable dose? What are side effects of a drone? After so Sasha said, what are some of the things that between happen to Nipano, a bra warrior day? Num said drone and also will take his vaccine. Near drew phase 3, phase 3 and a dear hono, ye chedi panomo. Into you can have over 500 participants. And to do over your hono see a chedi panum. And to dip on half no, one be your vaccine, no, half na can ye more vaccine, everyone be a friend of placebo, into your friend of sugar pill. Now you compare. Ya said the side effects this year. A dear in the course during that time period. You compare both groups. I shattered the sequoia into phase 3 in the draw. That's what we have be you know, near Makoya, a Honda Food and Drug Administration, and also another long process because Food and Drug Administration, so we go through all of the clinical trials, phase 1 through phase 3, and review all of the documentation. No almost a draw ya, what would you come market, you know, a bell one answer and one. Say drew FDA and FDA cast no. Side effects nowhere drew when the door. Side effects on vaccine when the door one. Until we are not going to accept it. That's the end of it. That means clinical trials are we here for all that time. No, Sabrin is thrown out. A drone is no longer the FDA between approved. The FDA approved, they are fine. But clinical trials usually, in order to get any drug or a vaccine on the market, so it can take 10 years. It requires 20 years. That's how long. Meaning someone tries to be speeding up the process. But scientists they can't change. So although we try to speed up the process, still no, it may take several years, a couple of years to get to where they need to be. And you know, and my wife say next year, you will say vaccine about. Excuse me, because vaccine be anywhere by next year. That's not how clinical trials work. And you cannot stick with data, no, because the will make it up data and say, well, you're saying it. Next year, the vaccine, the bank of one pharmaceutical company, you're going to be held liable. Why we go for crime to me jail because of that? But excuse me. And go to me jail because of that. And the scientists, you know, they don't want to put one own reputation at risk. What course school a PhD, and that's an MD degree, and that's a master's degree, whatever it is, no, all putting a life at risk into a veteran of what they are making sure say they're getting this correctly before it comes out on the market. Because you know, Ruby or Honoma, it has come on the market and you recall it. And Ruby says Celebrex and the idea. It was on the market, excuse me. And yes, I'm recalling it because that problems with diabetes in Ruby or Crampa. They've had to recall those drugs. In Ruby Breoha, it came on the market and they recall it. And I assist and say, Ruby Home so more who say your friend is a tainty. And now so more produce a drone be echo. And the other side you're recalling in it's because of all these things. So so be careful. And a vaccine, so the penny and the it goes directly into their bloodstream. And if I could bring an immediate reaction, a drug the oral drug, it goes through a process and sana go into your entire body. Now vaccine there with the wire boom into the bloodstream. And to be a bit to be a secret. And noon so we are very, very cautious in terms of that process to get to where they need to be. And so we catch us, oh, you see a vaccine. Vaccine or buy a vaccine is now going through clinical trials. It has not been approved by the FDA as well. They say do more experiment. That's all they're doing. Ghana for you better say experiment no more. Almost try somebody use to help you. The hospital. Now want to be home here. Let's see about nebulizer. Said they'll be able to be home here. Then they do that. And see about a draw to control your breathing and they'll do it. So almost not be too severe. Now organs they shut it down. Then in order to help with organs, no, you do better ventilator. So said you be about organs no arrested. Now what we are trying to say, I bring you back. Then you go into a ventilator, and then the ventilator takes over. Organs now iodine, to me iodine in your time. I relax it in your time. I recuperate it. And over time, you know, we knew of ventilator and kakran, and then if you can breathe on your own, no your organs are working well. Now, you discharge iodine. I'm working. Since the coronavirus applied, who said they are short and long-term effects. Short-term effects, the more has to do with the lungs. So, if fluid could our lungs, they try as much as possible to get rid of all the fluid by giving you medication, a bit to me a draining fluid, a bit to me a one more day, wahome. Into lungs, a short-term effect. But long-term effect, a brain problem. Or who say coronavirus, a severe, a seizures, a stroke, a cognitive problems. Cognitive problems, Bronika are expressing if I can be why you're confused. Why you're confused? Onim the because the virus usually no anchor virus into being cross it. Your friends, obviously, I intend to be cross it blood-brain barrier. But our brain who's the coronavirus has been able to cross the blood-brain barrier. I to be called brain. I cause other problems over time. And idea making a pass you're making sure that we understand this. Idea for coronavirus, everyone who's wearing coronavirus is the loss of taste. And to taste buds, that's a woody dear, one taste the and the loss of smell. I say it's won't be smelly. And to be crown ball pa, maybe will be a cat. I don't know how one I have on. No one was say, yes, I'm not kind of have on say, but it's because you have lost your sense of smell. And that if you'll be a year, no be a near that means you've lost your sense of taste as well. That's one of the biggest problems with coronavirus. Makate, will teach me pyro. Those are some of the neural effects. You teach me pyro, which means a stroke, which means a seizure, which is another problem. Loss of taste and smell. Aphasia, and it's a wound to be in kasa yes or kasa slur. Also, when you stroke, so we between your eyes, so I say, if you're between your tingling, and one son, no in fable, no honum. It will be affected with kidney, your heart. Between your blood clot. Into coronavirus, I dare back when your pa, and it's which means your blood clot. And as you get all these blood clots, the body now they are aimed to be handled. And it's a blood and air clotting constantly. Blood clotting constantly. So clots which be a movie called lungs. I'm when your pulmonary embolism. It actually see a movie to your brain. I'm walk up with your hemorrhagic stroke and so a day. It's just that there's so many things that may happen when you get the coronavirus and when it gets severe. And see a DDR grow crying to Miss Remo. So be one why you want to say, oh, be a mask and a man said, Miss I mean to be who many idea. So what's your mask now to me whom I can guarantee you see a auto ventilator. So I catch from so many free ventilators because they're not soon to me whom it's up to you. Choose the mask now and live, or go on the ventilator and die. I mean, that's just, I have to be very practical. I'm sorry to be all blunt and all of that, but I usually am. Basically, if you want to die, okay, don't wear a mask. Go to the hospital, die. You so as they say, so no. The good news is you probably bring to me my way. It is an idea, no, ever bomb. So like I say, maybe I probably fight the between your you. It's really up to you. What do you want to choose? Death or life? Put the mask on. Mask. 6 feet away from each other. Miss Remwa, and will be arguing and say no, yeah, baby, be sorry. That's something we should put in our minds. Meaning say more tithe and offering, no. Meaning say the tithe and offering helps the church. People are returning their tithe and offering because you were online giving, you were cash up. We have all these different ways of giving. People are giving. But there's someone saying, it's we're losing a journalist was the unemployment check about $600 a week now. One sound for $600. No, on sound to so tight the offering and some. Because meanwhile the 600 AB and so no or wire or ma or kulu or ma. Into one sound for a crown and time review on to be yes idea. Into Miss Ramo, most women see Emma Womamo Rashi because of that to open the church. Because opening the church does not mean say people are automatically going to come to church. People are afraid. Yeah, you're free, baby. But you're quite sorry. Better than what practices social distancing in the Ghanaian church. Just have been trying to fathom it. Better than what practice social distancing. And how are people going to understand? Yeah, man, kissing no cry. Better than what they are about social distancing. Better than what country will buy where they bear 4, 5, 6, 7. Because of social distancing. Children don't have that capability of understanding their war culture woman. It's either so be man will see now new maternity. Now we won't pass sorry. And now no clue be rotating why they want pass sorry. But then on the other hand, what is important? Ukuru and a woman and our and a woman and our sorry no. We have to get out of that mindset saying God is only in the church building. He's not. God is in your home. God is everywhere you go. And mommy is very, very careful. Mommy asapon a survey. Have a survey. Ask questions. So almost say, how safe do you feel going back to church? Ask the church members. This is a deadly disease. The virus has mutated. Every day, 30 new strains are back. Affect your brain, destroy your brain, destroy your lungs, destroy your kidney, your heart, and other parts of the body. Cause post-traumatic stress disorder. This is a deadly virus. Mama yen say niagro, mummy yen she mask no minuano misremo. Mummy yen she mask no be drew fear ohro wonsa. Wakwa wontia ba right away ohro wonsa koko jari take a shower. Put a scarf on your head. Chichiri wutiso, yeah, mano, chichiri wutiso, kata wutiso. Take all these precautions. Mama mo banon kwa bonti sa kwala ro be kwa bonti bi a park so na wonde na ko na kwa kodi ago park wo kwa grocery store na hu hia sa wo do ba kwa grocery store mesra wa so wo bi obehwe na manipa ko ne hwe no na wo kwa grocery store ho na wo kwa to ne ma wo kwa akoto safety meaning so ba ka se fall on baby school I can guarantee you say governor si bebre wo kwa sa asem na number 45 kan no e na num na no ba na num because so which we baba na num so what I say governor no ultimately obey to make a decision and a local government also can decide to open the schools or to close down the schools meaning say counties bebre wo hono one any states we are given the option say obey to me online school if you don't feel comfortable coming in obey to me online school meaning say no so propose this on be man kwala school twice a week now buses no they are going to decrease the number of children who get on the buses. That means, 10 buses have to pick these children up per day. Because almost that bus were usually a 2 per seat. And this is going to be only 1 person per seat. That means they have to increase the number of buses above a day after school. Meaning, you have options. So when you're comfortable, so above school, brain is so sharp, the new school authorities, they can't show them so when you're comfortable, so above school. What other options are there? Now, what shots you're putting things in place? Said you be a bedroom, and then now you're trying to figure out what to do. Les framois, omo young kola. America has been so free. Freedom. And I'm not coronavirus, yeah, that's our problem. Freedom, no, happy to be free. And I know my rights. And then who can ban? And no, that's our problem. Then can your freedoms debris bar and uncle be a share mask say China will be a share mask na and ka bring give it to me a baby I'm will be to me a juma I'm a man to me a school I'm a baby to me a result because China they've opened the economy and it's functioning very well. Almost schools so maybe it is school who drew one more hand sanitizer stations with so many places. I am calling who drew what would it be a one soon to be your hand sanitizer baby or hobbit to me or class. They are separated 6 feet from each other. Teacher is a mask and Colorado is a mask. And it's working very well because China for dim rasto. America for dim rasto. My rights, no. Abroyen so. You're right, the Nigerians are right and not say, which be the OPBA, but we forget, say, freedom comes with responsibility. The fact that we are free does not mean that you are not responsible for that freedom. You have to be responsible for that freedom. Until say a bet say you're responsible. Until see a bet say a bet mask MYA. And I'm still mask and most time the public show. I dear back coming to the instant. And then go for a mask. No more you must to her. Then when you go home. I didn't say a respiratory illness. It's a respiratory illness, yeah. Why is the mask here and not the mask over there? The mask should come up here and cover your mouth all the way up to here. I didn't see that mask down here. So mask down here, then you're basically saying, okay, coronavirus, come on, I'm open for business. Come and infect me so that I'll see how it goes. Timmy mask, it should go up here. Cover here, cover your nose, all the way there. And you can't say mask, hang what I see. Mask, say a surgical mask, now, we are. You cannot reuse a surgical mask. Say a cloth mask, yeah, what shall ube to be a seat. No, what sign day, I reuse to be surgical mask, dear. What should the carbon? That's it. And you're disposable and so touching immediately to protect yourself. So we share gloves and so what we say you need to throw those gloves away. Say it's disposable gloves now. You have to throw them away. Any cross how now do see. I have noticed that lately, grocery stores everywhere in terms of how many trash cans as you see prime locations that would do one we will mask and all gloves that you can safely dispose of it in those containers. Mr. Mamon to mask and a gloves in form. Aha and you chrome. Meaning say your chrome that we want to letter. But me pamo chow. So we will mask and all gloves now. And no until a bronia said that any trash can as you see one put it in the trash can. That's what you're supposed to do. Freedom comes with responsibility. The fact that we are free, it doesn't mean so we are free, but you have a mind, you have a brain. God gave you for a purpose. These are Manu question.
Wow, doctor, that's a pan say 1 million and 70 more. Yo, wait here for near the for Dr. Vera Kuffour Manu and Martin in Kano, and then 1 million sin be brave, and no to say pressure no was through, and the doctor Krabu here for said in Kuffour, you know. I know I did. I like this doctor. Oh, yeah, straightforward. So, Obekan, I said I'm kind of wait to me the questions now, but the numbers not to so. Wa bet my friend Nadia ba ubetim so dia ba e wo Facebook said ye adofo bi e dia ba no Dr. Epe Bresio bi amefa opportunity na menchia metiefo ne ya hwefo nyina so menia Rahana Akwesi Samuel Abraham K Gas okay Nana Brago okay adini bia no de Isaac Azegbo okay Nimak Richie Pius, okay. Oh, Commodore, was so, good Van, Nana or say, Asaribedia, Asaribuadi, Samuel, okay, Mike Angel, Opoku, Ransford, Yamisham, someone joining, Obapa, Linda, Ajima, Ayiman, okay, was so, Yamisha said, we're joining with Jumadi, so, when you about Lydia Johnson, Odum. Was so Frank Yabua Munina Yami and some say my journey as time goes so the more makanina ebeba Yami Samo. Doctor M said 1 million and 7 Doctor Saltem in Cadia.
Betonga pa DJ, Betonga.
Good. Doctor Ayasemo will be asking no kind of see Ayasem said in 7 corner. I know a day. I know a day. Doctor, the first question we say or say, Doctor, can I contract coronavirus disease from a package in the mail? That's a package.
No, not really. No, into when your package, if I say UPS or for now FedEx and I say United States Postal Service, it deliver package that. The almost catch one is for gloves. Let's pick a package, you know. Into a package now. So what garage? I'll be to be able to see garage on web with so where you are DNA free. There's so many garages as well. Now we okay with it. But men can't say be will fear anymore because we need to conform with them or conform with what you don't know. And you know, just pick up the box. So we should have for rubber stuff from that package in the first rubber or so. Maybe so brown shell glass, maybe so. Nay idea any free little box no actually right away. And the plastic bag now they told from one no. Over plastic bag now they actually box no. What watch it. No you will glove side there at watch it. You shouldn't be something unless say the Anipako deliver package, you know, or when see or share that when see so and I say, you know what, yeah, but still no, wear your gloves, you know, so you can wear your mask, open it up and take it out.
Yeah, Doctor, Mami say wait the doctor for the na Doctor protocol we are now say procedure be on ma. Ebe me say post office for na UPS for omomunya package na omu clean and na omu ye bibi on one sana yensaka.
Unfortunately, no, we name what the protocol is for the United States Postal Service, but we be our website. And the emphasis will call UPS or for FedEx or for and due to coronavirus to make sure that we are protected. And to be our website, your friend is saying, and we're putting in place to prevent the spread of coronavirus from the department to your friend is saying the community.
Okay. Your doctor, that's it. Doctor, my next question was it, doctor, is a bleach an effective cleaning agent for the coronavirus disease?
There's really no hormone cancer also which means it's bleach way and as bleach way. All they tell you is that people use bleach. You just take a small amount of bleach. In the end, it's measuring cup. Ube to me, I a third of that measuring cup. Now with the ensure 10 cups. A good bottle, almost spray bottles.
Yes.
Now that will be your source of cleaning. Into no better will bleaching agent. Over to me a spray will surfaces. So now the paper will door handles for me. Our whole bathroom clinically the one idea. So that's what you can use. And so diluted bleach within you.
Wow, Dr. Midasi. Dr. Wade, I say, Doctor, do you have any idea how long does the coronavirus last on the surface?
Well, almost okay. Initially, when this whole thing came, they were talking about maybe about 72 hours, sometimes 3 days, depending. And it varies. It really depends. And what country would say, okay, If I saw a healthcare practitioner, right? We are Jumo hospital. It's extremely important that surfaces are all on one Sunday day and walk it. And I'll be making sure that you have gloves on all the time. You're washing your hands. You're cleaning the surfaces. The same thing with Wusie as well. So we'll see surfaces or countertops, especially kitchen tops. No. Because kitchen counter, no, any extended time because into all those surfaces to make sure that you're cleaning it at least twice a day. And if I was sorry, I'll be cleaning. And you know what down bed and will be cleaning. The same thing with your bathroom. Surfaces, I would think no prepare handles, no, faucets, I mean toilets, nobody making sure. Prepare a whole new seat down what's national muscle, prepare any idea to protect yourself. Now saying that, I forgot one thing and then say or with coronavirus, they found it in feces. And your toilet. Into what they are recommending now in this thing. So you use bathroom, kata toilets also and sana was flashy. Kata toilets also and sana was flashy. On flashy we now home sa ka epuno no tum e wo bathroom. Embie wo bathroom ne puno no nto ka epuno no tum. So what was that ventilator ni bi wo bathroom, you can turn on the ventilator after you use the bathroom for it to suck out any bad air bia and not to be or bia out. Into Mr. Mwa mi refinishing mechano. The public show extremely important. Then also follows our guidelines.
Wow, doctor, information really good, but I was say later, was I repeat to her, am I? Minia Ishmael, was it good education? Was it good job, more Dr. Thomas? Minia lady, or see yes. On easy one who I saw parties in Ghana and then Kuffour Chilipa and so crowded. Yes, more. Your Kuffour I just in your minagazabum, and yes, I be you. Doctor, where should you say Obisa about true food? I say, can coronavirus disease spread through food?
No. Okay. Because keep in mind, it's the only I want one son a wedding, fruit, right? Fruit on quana you can't cook. Like you can't cook your strawberries before you eat it. Or raspberry and our blueberry won't mean one. And so far as over rainfall, over who come on, making sure that who any kind of fruit. When it can be say you run the water on the fruit. And when you do between who sieva where strainer now. Between the fruit no good strainer them. But that strainer only has to be dedicated to your fruit. It shouldn't be a strainer who use for Adriane. And that strainer has to be dedicated to food only. Now with the gumu. Now I run cold water on it to get rid of any EBR on it. And I know it cannot be spread through food. Into Mr. One, just make sure you're cleaning it. And I never you didn't and want to do na woody body albenwa. Where do you be use the woody beer one fan ready so you can kill anything inside. The only caution I will make in this thing, more pork and as a pork product, that's where you have to be very, very careful. Because the nyama bebre can go into the pig. That's a big challenge, a big problem. Into so yeah, what you so be dear no dear Mr. One pa many pa and son why you doing ready. Into those are some of the things. Most are more red meat bebre, making sure that it's well cooked and son why you doing ready for anyone.
Wow, Doctor Nyamisha. Question we could say Dr. Yid and know that Doctor we know bisa can the coronavirus spread through feces. I'm saying no. Oh yeah. The other ones is I don't know if I can get the word right. Was it doctor is hydrochloroquine approved to treat the corona diseases?
No. Hydrochloroquine, the studies have shown say it causes a lot of arrhythmias. Arrhythmias means it causes irregular beats of the heart. And because of that research or why it's pointing that the hydrochloroquine and yet. And once again, the capture was saying, so this is a penny, Number 45, it's a good to hydrochloroquine, on call medical school, on call nursing school, on call pharmacy school, and Dr. Fauci, the country, hydrochloroquine is not approved. He approved it will be so we can see approved will be You want Ghana and near no chloroquine for malaria. That's what it's approved for. It's not approved for coronavirus. It causes so many heart problems. If it's no or can't send for no, Papa been in the Yidi no me. What we Mammy became we, a train our panels. I guess an officer who once it wasn't come, you say, the officer would be an age in a while or so. What because woman, I really am for the amount no refi and no more beautiful and more getting and no more use suicide. Some hydrochloroquine is not approved for coronavirus. Don't go out buying it. My sister in Nigeria saying if free set or what taste yes hydrochloroquine, you think of what on or when toxicity, meaning that I bear poison amount, I bear poison amount because of one no and a poison and my woman to Miss Ramwa, meaning Ghana and a lot of African countries, which we call pharmacists or ecoterdru without a prescription. So we see any be Ghana and Africa, baby. Let's war Tobia. Red intentum, you program. I can't say me poucho. Side in the because the course you
yeah, Doctor, where see the or say, Doctor, I'm a Christian. They always talk about faith. They said with faith you can move mountains and all that. At this time, this is where we need it. And the pastors and other leaders are talking about we having faith. Do we need to believe what they're talking about, or we still need to take care of ourselves?
Okay, into the next
question, I see a moment.
One that I would say it should be personal, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And just so for no faith or can and then say you faith. So what's our brain? Sorry, we are Christian in sorry for so many years. Now we see why Juni Pisa we know Yanko. Now we know Yanko for the relationship. Now we need GDO Yanko for one. Then I'm kind of a bit iffy about it. Because at this point in your life, now you should have true faith in the God that you serve. You should have that strong faith. And if I saw stop or no, and a catch it also, you should already have faith. The trust to me, you know. Meaning so more can't say Yami Befay, you're quite sorry, and Yami Befay. Me Pamo Chow, maybe no, and Yadi be a sorry, I'm a call. They are Makato. Yes, a mini GDO with Yankupo. Me would GD by Yankupo Sona me actually. Into the use I didn't and Yankupo, dear Mameno. They also be a mesa can't tell them when they send for focus when I see a queer Juma. Yes. When Juma Mono, Kai who say, a Juma be our cono, a Jumano ewo more practice insurance. BBC, that company can pay. Sorry to swat. Maybe the church may not have that amount of money to continuously pay people who contracted coronavirus when they went to church. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's going to be very difficult to actually challenge that in court. Certainly, coronavirus evidence then where I say, you can have a lot of evidence. Say there no people will be, so there will be a lot of evidence. Now, sorry, no. How do you, and Ukran, and how in good conscience would you want to sue the church? I mean, in your good conscience, would you like to sue the church?
No.
So, I was so woody panel. Would you decide the way you know, you have to consider all of this. Because coronavirus, million, and young penny phone one affecting colossal. Now, colana affecting if it be multi-organ failure. And more organs this daily so fast. Intimate you know what? It's between you and God. Don't just jump in the bandwagon and see if you are sorry, intimidate me. Sorry. Just be very careful.
Mama, yes, openly back. I saw a car say a man for some for GD Monpay or CGD and also can't become magazine.
I can't never come magazine. I'm paying of course.
I can't become magazine. I say I saw the coin, yeah. GD and Pushino. Yeah. Okay. Many about Lydia Johnson Odun was say I have alcohol in a spray bottle and then I take it with me whenever I go out, just in case I visit a new places or a bathroom. I spray
alcohol. I don't know. Is that What is it? Isopropyl alcohol? No, what? I said, what is that?
I say alcohol in a spray bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, and I take it
and
to
use to spray wherever she goes. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not a problem. So far as say you have your gloves on, you have that. Absolutely. Because me and say me use to public bathrooms. I have to be very honest. That to be a problem, yeah, me no you.
Yeah,
just because they use the bathroom.
Okay, Lydia, another answer. I say, I also steam my face each time I go to the store or return from work.
She does what?
Really help. Or steaming the face.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah, if it. My baby, sir.
Almost steamy or many. I'm trying to figure out what this is.
Also, any mentholated spirit. I meant mentholated spirit.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I have to say, Senator, the minimum person. From what I know, Dr. Fauci has not told us to put anything on our face. What I would say, they say, Mr. Mama, very careful. Once again, who's the BB and Dr. Fauci?
Yeah.
He is an infectious disease doctor. Dr. Fauci has been practicing for the last 40 years. HIV/AIDS by, and he was there. Or you're part of the team or will go through that entire process, the task force. If Dr. Fauci has not said that we should spray anything on our face, I'm not spraying anything on my face.
Wow.
The healthcare experts know the researchers and can't see spray BBA anymore. I'm not putting any mist or anything on my face.
Doctor,
because I don't know what is in that product.
Doctor, I know. Also, the ocean or spray any separate or use bad steaming, you know. I think this is a man for adopted that system. Bibre, from Montemba, to say the Ghana, a castle, or be punu, meaning say, what and was here. Punu, like.
What does that mean, me Pacho? Could you explain it?
Ma, as a already bucket is your hot water, maybe already be a gum. I don't know, like,
okay.
Normally your punu,
okay. No. Because what the bucket no is no gum. Now puna what the be is no one. Is there something in that water?
Yeah. If you want my guess the water, if you also saw be already some kind of hot stuff be egugum rubber na be
No. Keep in mind that our rubber ne vix the idea no. It's not supposed to go inside of us. So we should catch us a topical, right? It doesn't say you do and to inhale sadly in our cold when me pamocho, mommy very careful. All you have to do is to take a shower. You can take a shower and wash everything away. But suppose any seminar with the Jerry Debia and the Coco Jerry. No, who mani free honorable. That ensure now would yes, it doesn't take care of what it should suppose because are you cleaning from your head to toe? You're not doing that. And don't tell me kata emano kata utiso said the beya bibi anko good you obesia wababi jare you wash everything off when no man kwabon ti abo wababi jare me fam show you know inhaling all these extra stuff I don't think that's the best thing to do.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Doctor, where is the... I'll say, doctor, I know you said there is no approved medication, but our African brothers are saying you can use soboro and then ginger. Please, can you hammer on this? I think the doctor said you want some several times. Yeah.
Okay.
Doctor, so
I will say it again. Many problem, cry. When you say ginger, I don't have a problem. The pamocho, soboro, ginger. And you're approved by the FDA. It has not been approved by the FDA. Research and say this is the research I did on sobolo and these are the side effects and this is the dose you need to take. Ginger who research ginger there are benefits in it, but can't say ginger and blend in and so I put a lot of things into perspective. Ginger, garlic, when your health benefits from there. Yankasa blend the ginger no. Yankasa blend garlic no. Yen kasa num sobolo no. And once again, I go back. Me sure the coronavirus is the Then go for kidney problems. So man sobolo sa or kidneys is saying to me function bio. Jones any idea never set filter through me into filter because of while loaded with corona anything. Sobolo. Meaning say danger no so causes so many problems. In Crawford, our more money idea, a bit you can yam and colon with it. I cannot even explain. Coronavirus in the corner, then people will end up getting other diseases because chronic illnesses, because of what they did during the coronavirus period. That doesn't do anything for you, Minianum. All you can do to protect yourself is the mask, using hand sanitizer, washing your hands, making sure so you're clean, making sure so best you'll be Gary. Those are some of the things you can do in Pamucho. Not I'm going to say it again. Once again, God has given you a brain. You want to use that brain that God gave to you.
Yes. Dr. Medasi, Doctor, the next one, Doctor, does rubbing alcohol actually kill the coronavirus?
You know what? Rubbing alcohol is very powerful and very potent. In terms of it killing the coronavirus, I don't know. I don't want to tell you something that I don't know. I don't know if rubbing alcohol is going to kill the coronavirus or not. All I can say is say, if you want to use rubbing alcohol, make sure that you dilute in it because it is very powerful. It's very potent. In June, all the surfaces so maybe cause a problem. So you definitely want to dilute it with a lot of water. And cause also harm while you're using it in your home. In terms of it killing coronavirus, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any information on that. And I don't want to lie to you.
Okay. Dr. Ernesto, Doctor, I had this issue before the coronavirus. I can't smell anything. It's just some problem I had before. And I have the stroke too. I heard you saying that those that can't smell, have stroke, kind of symptoms of the coronavirus. So does it mean that I'm getting it too?
No, if I also a stroke. When you suffer a stroke,
also on the
some of the time, if I got a stroke, when you just stroke that now.
Yeah. Okay. On only the end, you mean smell it that I know stroke before the coronavirus.
Okay. That has nothing to do with the coronavirus. It has a lot to do with maybe the stroke. It has nothing to do with the coronavirus. No. So comorbidity that maybe your loss of sense of smell and taste is something that happened previously and you might want to talk to your doctor about it. And idea about is as you get older, a lot of the elderly, people over 17, any idea, also can lose some sense of taste and smell.
Wow.
Which is a natural part of aging.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dr. Medasi, Doctor, you made mention of the coronavirus keep changing its form. Something that keeps changing, how are we going to chase it?
Right. And that's where the problem is. Into something that keeps on changing. The only way I get able to be chasing is taking those precautions on my country, following the guidelines of my country, which is masking up when we go outside, practicing social distancing, 6 feet apart. Idea here. Because in order to fight it, say follow guidelines on with the virus. Say, you know what? Human beings don't care. So I'm going to keep on changing. I'm going to do whatever I want. But if we are protecting ourselves, the virus has no other recourse but to levels because we are protecting ourselves. So let's follow the guidelines.
Wow. Yeah, Doctor, when should also was it China for 30 new strains?
Strains.
Okay. Yes. And the virus and different types, no.
Yes, different types of virus. Yes.
The same coronavirus, no.
Yes.
Hey, and I will bet it here, pal.
Yeah. Coronavirus is here to stay. I mean, whether we like it or not, it's here to stay.
Wow. Doctor, where's the question? Okay, let's see, Doctor. What can the churches do to help? It look like the one-man churches, they are all into money. Maybe they might not know, but what can they do to impact people's life?
Yes. And to say, we have coronavirus going on. One-man churches, so may assure that a lot of people in their churches have even lost their jobs Nipa bebree lose on adwuma because of coronavirus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to be a restaurant, for example, I know you're waitress and now waiter. Sabe ya closing restaurant, you know. A lot of restaurants are doing curbside. Into curbside, we hear nipa bebree day. Maybe they've lost their job. People were working in various roles before coronavirus came, and a lot of those businesses have folded up. In fact, if I mall, Sabre no store, Sabre store si bebree home they are close down. If the MS one man churches they say your people are suffering. So for no more suffer. It's best for someone taxi almost constantly. And that's why they say I name one pass or so to be. Or my nasa for Manu ebe to the house with the other. Phone calls. I can't change for some move from tight and walk in room, move from the camera, move from the camera. I'm like, seriously? Really?
They need to change.
And for why lose so much more unemployment? Or because unemployment, if you're starting a human chair, 18 and drew time was so to be shot the unemployment. Sabre ni pakon kra unemployment kra wonya bi. Sa stimulus check here de buy ni pakon wedi awie. So no wedi awie. Taxes so Sabre ni pa be bro taxes akem. Because what is going on no IRS for omo ye adwuma de but they are backed up. They are backlogged. Intimate 300 pamocho one man churches no monko. One man churches so more than one man church, SDA, Baptist, Assemblies of God, Church of Christ of Latter-day Saints, all those churches are working on. Maybe this is what I'm going to say. Now, it's fine. No problem. Let the people stay at home until such a time. You remember your guidelines in terms of how many people, because almost 50% of the capacity of the church should go to church. So, sorry, nipa 1,000 the womb. Then if 500 coma, how are you going to practice social distancing? I mean, that's a problem right there. Bathroom, it creates a problem because the nipa 500 nipa, we need 500 bathrooms. It's impossible. So, I mean, we have to think through the process and ask ourselves. Obia or ye juma Sabre or you know in a juma set for coronavirus. Nipa could be faithful, or return a tithe and an offering. Only the Yankupon Yamano, or return a tithe and offering faithful. But Momo for pressure and room for because if I be slashing over Juma, and to what's up on a Sabre and who say what's up for money be actually over Jumano. Rather than any Asafona has to help these people. So grocery and buy Yakuma almost on the pressure. What are their needs? Over Sabre won't be Triana rent. Over and mortgage on Swakem. So people are experiencing different things at different times. And so you be almost $300,000 in the yet cash gain. The bank. So coronavirus abe. That's the kind of money yede. And some for yes to Christo Bachina 300,000 a paper. A yura. And this is the time to help your church members if they're struggling. Now boy was Sabria. Obie ni wa buano asafo na buano ebra wono so nieba be koyie no beka se me re be fi Nyankopon de biara da me re fi Nyankopon or also would definitely give to God wholeheartedly without even thinking about it.
Wow, doctor, that's super. Doctor, when so the say doctor, can the coronavirus spread through frozen foods?
Frozen foods?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. No. I doubt it very much if it can go through frozen foods. No.
Okay.
Once again, no, everything that you purchase, no, if it's something you're gonna eat right away, no, say you be open once you can still protect yourself.
Wow. Okay. Doctor, we should say, doctor, am I immune to the coronavirus after I've recovered from COVID-19?
You know what? Omoka said there's some immunity after COVID-19. No? Some people have had immunity, others have not. It is a little bit debatable. It's kind of a little bit iffy. They are not sure that that's what it is or that's not what it is. And over time, we have to do long-term studies to actually see, say, are you totally immune? Because people almost recover, but then they ended up getting coronavirus again. So therefore, no, you know what we have to we're trying to figure out, say, what is really going on. And okay. Some people build immunity and are fine. Others also build immunity, they can get coronavirus. But when they get it the second time, it's kind of milder.
Oh, okay.
It really depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
Okay. Doctor, can the coronavirus disease spread through water?
We have not seen that as of yet. We've seen it in the feces, but not through water yet. If you have a filtration system, filtration, it filters it may filter off very small microns of viruses and particles any idea. And like I was saying, so normally to clean the water and sana by your sea. So a lot of those things have been killed before coming into your home. So evidence yet the coronavirus can spread through water. And until I may encourage you say, you know what, we're just using a filtration system, drinking water through your friend is saying, we'll refrigerate any idea. And if you're afraid, you can also boil the water and wait for it to settle. And settle, now we're free, now they are fridge. That's another thing you can do as well.
Wow. Doctor, Doctor, since we can't take our restroom to our workplaces, what is the best procedure or what is the best way we can protect ourselves after using the restrooms in our workplaces?
Yeah. So Obika, something very interesting. So, or spray bottle or day, I think just some kind of alcohol or bleach or whatever, or taking it to every place. You can also do that. You can get a small bottle, put a little bit of bleach in it, put water in that particular bottle. Mm-hmm. And I'll encourage everyone to say, so many Ziploc bag and a clear bag. Don't say, oh, bag, it will be a clay. I'll be to be the name. Maybe I'll be saying who say which way they are showing. Ain't so where nubi, maybe our white, also so ever on the one. You can do that. Now what's our Lysol wipes to be why make gloves that. You make sure it's our bag in the station into a bathroom. You put on your gloves, wipe all around, take the gloves off, throw it away, throw the wipes away, use the bathroom. Now what alcohol in the free bath, now the hand sanitizer and so then you're protecting yourself.
Wow, Doctor Medasipa, Dr. Yembreniti, if you a question will be trust. I say, Doctor, can I breastfeed my child if I'm severely ill with coronavirus disease?
All right. And once again, that'll be a question you want to ask your primary care physician. And that's a pediatrician. You need to have that conversation with them to find out. Because how the disease is going to spread to your child, whether it's going to go through the milk or not. Into the with our doctor, your primary care physician, so they can guide you, give you the proper guidance.
Okay. Wow, Dr. Medasi, last but one. Also, Doctor, what are the emergency warning signs for someone with a coronavirus disease?
Okay, into emergency warning signs, it be any of the cases, shortness of breath here. A bedroom baby, so when you're apart from coughing, sneezing, any side, shortness of breath, and when you can't breathe, that means that the oxygen levels in your body in the air is very, very low. That's serious. You want to go to the emergency room immediately for them to find out what is going on, because that's very, very serious. Shortness of breath, it can lead to like acute respiratory syndrome. And your brain can only survive for 6 minutes without oxygen. And you do not want to delay it. So who's the one to be who make a clear emergency room? No one to be air.
Wow. Doctor, let me wrap up a message here. I've been a leader. I say, thank you. God bless you, Doctor, for educating us. Okay. It's advisable to be take vitamin C. Doctor, honestly, the vitamin C advisable.
You know what? I have heard a lot of vitamin C. I've heard a lot of all of these vitamins. If you're eating oranges, if you're eating grapefruit, you get your vitamin C from it. Once again, I don't encourage you say we'll condom all these supplements, all these vitamins that are out there. Because honestly speaking, it doesn't contain 100% of the vitamin you're looking for. Whereas fruit that wood has all of the necessary vitamins that we have. In the other, na wundi natural one no instead of the artificial one na ubi ayedin aye. And no wouldn't any more with the gumu. So with the channel. I would strongly suggest that obey me a the anka, obey me a the regular fruits that were I will encourage you to say no instead of vitamin C na artificial way now will quality.
Wow, Doctor, me that's more mobile change na nyamisha mo there was Mami Charity Donko more mobile change na nyamisha mo na mobile ma adwumadie IFA na so na de pese die times nti doctor ene de me how memo wrap up amai na de ne osam ye no wa bone tofa amai na ye be chi nya bia hye botum me ka say adwumadie na o Facebook o YouTube baby abefo ntentan ni nyina wo so uko for life your website and so go Doctor we are ubetima ko utam kuchu na da umpemu a na utie ni kakra na wo hu de odi beye enti doctor major ama na wa wrap up amai quick mini aba Cynthia osinyami show.
Okay. In the end, no coronavirus, where are we? If I near drew so far with coronavirus, if you're American, you were over 3.2, close to 3.3 million cases of coronavirus because testing the breed day also. People over 130,000 and America has seen coronavirus. I truly believe that coronavirus probably 500,000 Americans would have passed away from coronavirus. Florida and Kwan, within 24 hours of Florida, over 15,000 new cases. Adding here because Governor DeSantis now on the Nigerians the coronavirus and your problem. And yeah, they be and one into an Osas, yes, will be and 10 to beat it all Florida. Now, yep, after the one who says coronavirus, a problem. If you have to try to scale back. As a matter of fact, Miss Satia can manka Sasim. Mayor be or what county be what your friend is in Florida. One move vote, see and share mask no honominal or catch almost when he voted against it. Central for one more right. And you put in who when your coronavirus has abri with that hospital. In the beer, you know best year, so best year, so when we dear. Bia, like you begin such that. And Sabre no Florida, I can over scaling near my back because cases na echo through too much. The coronavirus is saying that they've seen it in the feces. And it's extremely important say we use bathroom. We call toilet and now you so we are cut up toilet no so and sun or flash it because you don't want those things particles coming out. Look at us now flash it, we now hold say we are. We will ventilator or so ventilator and a couple of two name to be training money be a day every hope about maybe 5 minutes. No could do no account bathroom pro night day at coronavirus, your short-term effects. Short-term effects, you're more of your lungs. So, your lungs, the best suffer, in the short term. Now, long-term effects are more neurological, to say headache, cognitive problems, the confusion, any idea. If you don't create your PTSD, adding because if a chrono, it's a diagnosis with coronavirus, no, that brain if you're depressed, or your cognitive impairment, why you're confused, or by you're anxious. Because our brain, when that's how you will see a treaty any idea. Virus to me affect every organ in our body, your kidney. If you don't know how when your coronavirus affect your kidney, as they say, they have to be on long-term dialysis. Into your kidney, your heart, your lungs, your brain. Into coronavirus, so a multi-organ system disease. Yeah, that's a multi-organ. It means that organs that were body coronavirus which may affect you. It's very, very careful. A quite many of the first one, you bet me are protecting you. Any mask, no. You can't train so walk up on the mask. If I don't want to ask you, so you're free. Freedom comes with responsibility. And to be sure, the fact that you're free, it doesn't mean that you don't have a brain. You are free, but you have a brain. So use your brain. Said our brain to me, I can't say a mask will protect me. Now, so when we share mask, now you when share mask, it becomes a problem. I didn't think it becomes a problem because we will protect you, but the person is not protecting you. And so we need to start holding each other accountable. So maybe share mask, yeah, it was all share mask. We go grocery store, share one mask, protect you. At the same time, if I also when so no share mask. So we go grocery store and go, be a cheaper. Yes, 6 feet apart. Practice is 6 feet apart. So who will be done a mask no they are saying when I know her. No in a aisle we want. Mono Quentina aisle, go into the next aisle. The aisle, there's also idea of how chairman if a chrono own free and sign I was walk with our aisle because you don't want to die. Maybe and if I can't do you're willing to be it's up to them. But once again, I say, you're uncomfortable wearing a mask. But if you wear it, protection. So why say mask? That's a winner coronavirus here don't cause with a near mouth ventilator. And no cry, they're causing more anxiety because they are putting a machine on you to help you breathe. It's going to cause so much anxiety. It is better to wear the mask, protect yourself now, than to be on a ventilator. Because what's that ventilator is going to cause more problems. Almost the coronavirus causes seizures. It causes seizures. And therefore, from so coronavirus, it causes blood clots. Body no move and you end up getting all these blood clots. And after you get these clots, they eventually move it to your lungs. I'm when your pulmonary embolism. And eventually your whole brain. I'm why they what to work on your hemorrhagic stroke. It's me and just very careful. Mask. The factor number 45. Afena. Najuni aye juma. Wash your mask. Do not listen to what he's saying. Here, dear Dr. Fauci, he has over 40 years of infectious disease experience. The man has gone to medical school. He knows what he's doing. Number 45, on call medical school. Let's speak on COVID. On call even a tech school cry and my medication card, meaning our COVID. Of course, school will be the end in Sermon. Listen to what Dr. Fauci is saying. Listen to what the health experts are saying. Follow through on that. If we say no, we are protected. We are carbon tear mask. We are see a cocoa jarry. There's all kata with you so carbon tear kata with you so. We best making sure throwing all those things away. The glass now share your words watching any idea. But what they are so about wipe surfaces down and of any you doorknobs and a home corner. But if you're panicking now, mommy and taking precautions. So about public bathroom, making sure so one kata alcohol a year friend and will bleach and one mix it with you. How would you call no more? Making sure so we'll share gloves and sign why they walk home. Be fair, pass any where you gloves for. Why don't share your home? So we pay free bathroom or the hand sanitizer eating. I won't say. Mommy and protecting you. If we say I'm protecting you, nobody's going to do it. Yes, and as they say in community, I don't see any problem. And so we're moving forward to fully reopening the country. China, coronavirus started. They had very high cases. They had a lot of deaths. But Asia said China, no, freedom, no, and Kuffour, although our freedom, no, Kuffour say you saw our brain. Into almost here, they are buying it, a catch on one year, son, almost schools in much made a edgy. Mr. One man, himself fall, or move push it to open the schools. Momo, but they are sat there having conversations with the school officials. Say, me, back, or shot now fall, you're sitting in our rescue. And got every mature letter, the Board of Education for. And no one can say, your point, the actual will say. Woman, no be a school, got me bambra, and a baby a year, saying the mayor woman, saying the BC. Ain't you know, Senka parents, so we now bandit together. Now, on sign signatures say, we don't want our children to go back to school in the fall. Online school, we are willing to do it. Most of material in my end. Yeah, the best way, Manu, or we hear help us. They will come online and ask the teachers those questions. Because how do you tell a 5 or 6 year old and ask a 4-year-old or 5-year-old, say, won't you be found sang tower down for? Won't you be no down for India grow close? This is what down for India 6 feet away. I mean, how these little kids, how are they gonna understand? Almost mask in the crowd is show on one. They will take it off. So how is that going to work? In Penny Four College of one is going to be a challenge. How much more your man can into this is the time as parents you need to band together. You need to sign your signatures. You need to hold your legislators accountable. Local level, no, make some noise. Study a number 45 but they will look to what the parents are saying and the safety of their children. Sabre Manuesi, Madam Wasi Brilliant, within your
Doctor, yeda wasepa ene wama ye nshira. Munse nipa dodo na afi na ma join neso ebre ne de ye adwuma. Se doctor koye nneoma bebre ti osi ye gya no. Minister Kebi munyina ye tia mu afi na ma join nyamisha mo. L4C CEO no. Doctor, ye beda asepa ene emse ya twum mu ache. Neso ubra wa sacrifice ama ni nyamisha so wenya bre amai. You are the force of the kind. I can say Doctor Vera Kuffour Manu and I'm waiting in Kano and then Wabet where or see where are we with the coronavirus and also COVID-19? And then what be chiri mo amai moment take precaution. I'm say adieno and kwa krasa de ni hu no ye tu agum nenso so aye hu enti mo protect ye ho say ne be ya ye be free ye ne na yetimi akoye nim. Doctor,
DJ me pacho. Na one on say you program me next Friday, you know. Say any state attorney, you know, Kasafa police brutality, ne criminal justice reform, you know.
Doctor Mbacho waba swidi me do wato so that nti wa ma details ni ka ho. Ka meka ho asem but me sure say more details time.
Yo, me pamocho we dey abusuafo. Nyame pa efiada which is July 17th at 6 p.m. Any state's attorney, what the county has say no, or no, attorney for your county, basically attorney for Maryland for a state, you know. Then about the casa, police brutality, the so, police for near before. Any criminal justice, the class said the city and Brandon said the city any idea. In this about to be a busan questions at 6 o'clock. DJ Mike, Zoom details and the idea now, bet to me up to see Hope for Life for website. So only to go Hope for Life also website. I'll pay DJ. Me sure so this number no ID number ni bema. No way to me I join it. Mr. Mama join and maybe some questions. Now you have solutions that you bet to me are coming up. So they be bet to me boy before you come here now. Me that was be brave.
Doctor Edasi, Doctor, yeah, be carrying a life into among for to me ashe ewa hanum.
Okay.
Me ashe be fun the life. Doctor, nyami shop Edasi.
Yo DJ, me that me nyami down. Bye bye.
Doctor, you are the first the doctor kind Friday nyami adoma ebe baso ubetima join it now so the questions about we are intensi so obenya the state attorney now busa no question and no kura jiso okutia it is nyami adoma so oba and we see the questions in the tata omona omotimi ebiebie enioma man odofo nyami sha so nya bre ebe kan ye ho and the coronavirus yun komo na say you gusua edi abeto sa brain corona no etiti yen na so nyame adom eni se bibia ebeyiku yemo ye ho bai titru ni ema no na omusuntimi enkoyi odofo sanyum isi no wante yen kan na ene you and your health jumadi no Dr. Vera Manu and DJ Mike metena chiri echichi mefidie no emane di jumadi no ebrei nyame shira Minister Kebi osu nyame enshira bebrei nkoso antie L4C and Hope for Life and your mobile brewer, ye de Ebremo. So we are baby at Obasio. If I see him a day to do Nina, where will I do it? As I say, I have to see you. So we are baby at Obasio, better from. If I see him a day to do Nina, where will I do it? When this I got to run down, now how I got the woman and master, then someone from his young Kuffour. Oh, Minia Louis Cosa, and no way late. About YouTube, Facebook, Jumadian in Ewo. As I say, I have to see you. So we have baby at Obas, better from. If I see him a day to do Nina, where will I do it? When this I got to run down, now how I got the woman and master, then someone from his young Kuffour. A very many days. Sakatira Suro director, now I've got the woman and master, and someone from his young Kuffour. A very many days. I'm very afraid I was someone good. I don't so. We can break a fade and for us already. Some was your young Kuffour. I've heard you was a new Gagra, Mrs. Adamo. Mumpem Rabantis, and I'm going to come up with some way. Some see one young Kuffour, I've heard you shaking the one Gagra, Mrs. Adamo. Mumrabantis, and I'm going to come up with some way. Ajanimia, Mumra Miss Kuffour, a very many dear way. Ajanimia, Mumra Miss Kuffour, a very many dear way.
go to see a baby, but I see soon and you come. In my brother, I will come. Every dinner to the sweet. I go to see a baby, but I see soon and you come. Hey, Mamma, I will come. Every dinner to the sweet. China for sorry, I was in Buddha. India for sorry, I was in Hindu. I feel that one in there to remove my bosom one way. India for sorry, I was in Hindu. Natana for so sorry, I was in Buddha. I feel that one in there to fill my bosom one way. I found so for one the cast and when you're dear to Mono. I found for the TV, so I'm with Manu. Share coronavirus, never know. No go solution, maybe I sing it. I would say you are so powerful. I've also for a money don't to move someone more dumb baby or my mono will be a meraponte. Woman, I may ask all the night. Coronavirus, and man, I am mad. Coronavirus, as a foreign in I come. I go to see a baby, and yet come on, rather some will come a bit in a draw. Yammy, Mamma, Mampayo. Ave coronavirus number no Christo for Jim Bible. What's it? Ezaba yanyano wadro. Ibolaba yanyano wadro. Ave coronavirus number no Christo for Jim Bible. Abu nyangu panu masam namundi vya sinchechenya ntaina muna musuzuze. Mubefa muwediara. Endi za janimia. Muframizanya kupoma afei manidie wa uzuranya kupoma janemia muframizanya kupoma afei manidie wa janemia muframizanya kupoma afei manidie wa I very many dear one. I very many dear one. I very many dear one.